Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Michelle Smith and welcome to my channel. We have a craft for you today. It's a do-it-yourself Scarecrow Wreath. Let's get started. All the items that I'll be using today in the wreath come from the Dollar Tree. The tools that you're going to need for this project are a glue gun and glue sticks, a ruler, a pair of scissors, wire cutters. As far as supplies, you're going to need whatever ribbon you would like of your choice. You're going to need a couple pipe cleaners. Whatever color, it doesn't matter, you won't be able to see it from the front, so you just need a couple. One of these signs from the Dollar Tree. They're very cute, the little scarecrow signs. You're going to need 2 packages of the Adult Luau skirts. You can also use the children's. It takes 1.5 Adult Luau skirts to make this wreath. You're also going to need about 5 picks of some floral bouquets. This one is called a filler bouquet. I liked the color, that it's very neutral, and I also like the greenery. These 2 are the mini mums. So I got the white and this really pretty orange. It has a little bit of highlights of yellow in it. And I like the foliage on this as well, and these little tendrils. And this is called Bittersweet. And this is just a wheat bundle. And this is the darker wheat. But you can choose whatever florals you like. And then you need to get some pumpkins. The ones that I've chosen come on the picks here. And you get a few leaves and some other foliage and some nice little berries on there too. So I got 3 of those. If you have a hard time and can't find those in your store, these will also work. They're a package of 3. They come on a little clip, and usually the Dollar Tree carries them either in white or the orange color. You can choose whichever one that you like. But you'll need 3 to 5 pumpkins depending on how many you want to add. You also need a 14-inch wreath form that you can get from the Dollar Tree. So those are all the supplies. So I'm going to clear this off and prep, and we will get started. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is cut the hula skirt. So you want to go ahead and take it out of the package and open it up. And then you're going to take a small section and you're going to start to cut from the bottom. And this is where your ruler comes in handy. Okay, so we want to measure this approximately 6.5 to 7 inches. So just grab a bunch, start at the bottom, measure that amount. It's easier if you have a little container that you can cut everything into. And then I just use my scissors and work my way through. And then I grab it again. Use the ruler, measure about 6.5 to 7 inches. And go ahead and cut it right on in. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't want everything to be absolutely perfect anyway. As you're tying on, you want a little bit of different lengths on there. You should be able to get about 4 cuts for an adult hula skirt per section. And all the way up to the top. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting the rest of the skirt and we'll be right back. Okay, so I have the hula all cut up. And these are all cut at about 6.5 to 7 inches in length. Okay, now you've got your 14-inch wreath form. All you have to do, you take a couple at a time. I do 2 at a time. You want to pull them in half and have a loop. You want to start and pull it underneath the wire. Pull it underneath the wire. Put your fingers through. Grab and pull through and tighten. You see that? Push to one side. You're going to want to do every row as tightly as you can in each section. So you have to do all 4 in each section. I'll show you again. I take 2, fold them in half, grab them at the end so there's a loop. Feed it underneath one of the bars, pull it up, stick my fingers through, grab the tail and pull through and tighten. I'll do a couple more. Just as you work, I just pull it all the way over. When I'm done with that, I push it over and I start on the next one. Do the same thing, push it and fold it over. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get some of this done. I know it doesn't look like much now, but once you start getting it filled in, you'll see the difference. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, do a little bit so I can show you what it looks like. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so as you can see, I've done 2 sections. This section is all full. And this one I have just a little bit more in the back to do to complete this section. But I wanted to show you, you just kind of push this over while you're working on this section. It makes it easy that you can just easily push this away and it's not in the way as you're working. And when you're putting it together, don't worry if it's not all close to the same length. You want it to be a little jagged so that you can work with it. If anything's a little too long, it's no big deal. You just take a pair of scissors and you do a little trimming at the end. But we're not going to worry about doing that until we got the base done. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to finish the wreath and I'll be back and then we'll decorate. Okay? Okay, so we've got the wreath all filled out. It looks nice and full. You just kind of want to pull everything and fluff it out and check the size. If there's anything that's sticking out too far, just trim them off. Okay, so we got our base done. Next step is you want to take apart this sign. We're just going to turn it over and pull it off. Comes apart relatively easy. Okay, 3 pieces. Okay, and then we're going to just take a couple pipe cleaners or chenille stems, whatever you like to call them, and cut them in half. And then this is how we're going to attach it to the wreath. Go ahead and lay down and glue on some pipe cleaners. Just lay it down, put a nice big gob there. Okay, you just want to set those aside. You want them to dry completely. Make sure they're nice and firm before you try to attach it. Next thing we're going to move on to is I'm going to take all the tags off and I'm going to clip apart each individual stem of the bunches of flowers. Alrighty, we are ready to start attaching everything to the wreath. First thing I'm going to start with is attaching my sign. I'm going to start with the middle piece. Everything is nice and dry. So all I need to do is to feed the chenille stems down in the middle so they come out through the back. Okay, so you see I attached it to the two bars in the middle. Just a few twists, and now it's nice and snug. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay, and then the pants, I want them to go, just the top part to go a little bit underneath. Turn it over. Now that one, to get it to lay where I want it, I just attached to the second inner ring. Couple twists over, and then just kind of fluff around however you want that to lay. Tuck some down, some over, behind. Okay. Now we're going to do the head. Snuggle that in again. Okay. Pull some of that out. Make them look cute. And you can adjust these however you like. Okay. So then across from him, I'm going to put a bow here and then some of the florals. I'm going to start with the picks. I went ahead and fluffed them out. I'm going to go ahead and glue one here, kind of in the center, but a little above. I'm going to put another one in a little off on the side here. And have that one going up. And then one coming down. Okay, and leave room for the bow. So let's go ahead and glue those in. Just adding a little bit of hot glue there on the stem. Lifting up, kind of feeding in. Hold it for a minute. This one kind of in the middle, facing down. Now, if you have a hard time getting the picks to glue in, you can always use the chenille stems and wire them in on the back. But I put a good amount of glue on there. I make sure that I feed them in, and I haven't had any problems with them falling off. So that's what it looks like with those on. Okay. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make my bow and attach that. And I've decided I'm going to go with the burlap with the white polka dots. I'm going to set this to the side, and we're going to make the bow. I'm going to fold it over, and I want to measure it for the first loop about 4.5 inches. Fold it back on itself. And then I want it 9 inches total. Okay, and then in the middle, I'm going to trim it. Okay, so basically the two ends are in the middle, and it measures 9 inches across. You're going to do the same thing, but you're going to make it smaller. So maybe 3.5. So that one will be 7. All right. That's going to go on top of there. I'm going to have one piece that's going to go around the middle. So measure that. Okay, so I'm going to take the center and squish it together. Tie it with a chenille stem and make sure you're in the middle. Don't worry, you can fluff it all out when you're done. Okay. And I'm going to take the piece for the center, and I'm going to fold it in. On both sides. I'm going to wrap that around the middle. And glue it on the back. Okay, and then to make the tail, Fold it in half and find the middle. Open it up, and then where the center seam was, you fold it over. And that'll be your tail. Before you glue the other top down, you want to glue the tail on. And tuck the little point under and then wrap the center around and glue that down. Okay. You just kind of want to flip it over. Fluff up your bow. There you go. Okay, I'm going to set this aside and let it finish drying. Okay, so here we go. I have the wreath out. This is where I want to put my bow. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach the bow, and then I'm going to fill in around it with the rest of the florals. Alrighty, kind of smushed my guy there, but that's okay. That's one good thing about wired edge ribbon. It's really easy to refluff. Shorter. Add just a little bit of glue on the stem there. Now, as you're placing your florals, you want to make sure that you've got some balance going on. So if you add something up here, make sure you add at least a little bit of it down below. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have two here and two here, but you do want to make sure that you have symmetry and that you carry through with what you're using. So I'm going to add this down here. Just add a little bit of glue there on the stem. And stick it on in. And I like leaving the greenery on. I always Push it all the way up to the top so you can see it with the floral. Whatever florals you want, whatever you've chosen, whatever you like, whatever colors. I wanted to make sure to pull a lot of neutrals, and I like the orange colors for the fall, a little bit of yellows. I do like things a little bit more traditional as far as color schemes. That's the wonderful thing about making your own crafts. You can choose whatever color scheme you like and whatever fits for your home. I really like this. Bittersweet. It adds such a nice element to the wreath. So basically I kind of start in the middle and I kind of work my way out until I've filled in enough of the wreath that I'm happy with it. All the fall colors are just so pretty. All the different textures. And the Dollar Tree gives you such a nice variety. You don't have to go broke. You can make something at home for yourself or for a family member or friend inexpensively that is just absolutely gorgeous and one of a kind and custom to them. I don't know about you, but it doesn't matter how careful I am. I swear the glue gun gets me every time. I always have glue stuck all over my nails every time I do a floral like this with the glue gun. I don't know why, but that seems to be my luck. And I try to be so careful. Oh, that's coming along nicely. Just add a couple more and I think think that'll be good. I really like these, so I'm going to add a couple more of these. I think I'm going to add a little bit more wheat down here on the bottom. The top seems a little heavy since we've got the 2 pumpkins up there and just 1 pumpkin down here. Add in just a few more sprigs of the wheat. Okay, so I'm going to get a hanger on it. I'm going to get it up on the door and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Be right back. Here you go. Here's the final project. Isn't he adorable? If you enjoyed this tutorial, please hit the subscribe button, and when the notification bell pops up, make sure you hit that too. That way you won't miss any of my upcoming crafts. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day. And stay tuned. I'll show you a picture here at the end. I made another wreath, but with the other scarecrow, and I did it slightly different. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Now, if you wanted to go with the other little scarecrow sign, in his, he's holding some sunflowers, so I went with sunflowers on this one. I think they're both completely adorable.